How do you learn who you really are? It's not found in books, it's found on the battlefield. What's up, Warriors? This is Rick from the Warriors Way, and welcome to the Battlefield of Mind. Today, I want to get into a talk that you see a lot of people talk about, and it's probably going to be a continued education thing on this one, but there's some conversations I've been having with a lot of guys recently, and I want to talk about something that is highly misunderstood or spoken about incorrectly often. What the hell is a real alpha? You see this shit tossed around all the time by these guys who want to be like the biggest, meanest, toughest. I'm the baddest. I take the most steroids. I smash cans on my head and I get mine. And you know, these the guys who try and impose this alpha mentality on you. I have the most money. I got the biggest muscles. I'm you know, flexing in some way, shape, or form. I'm just going to do some real alpha talk. Why do I talk like this? I've got hundreds of guys. I work with men all over the world. I've got a couple women's groups, it's going pretty well, but jury's still out on whether I'm going to keep continuing working with women. I have some pretty successful women's coaches, but I'm just going to give you some alpha talk on what I'm seeing. I think we'll get into some boss babe stuff later, but let's go with my boys right now. I'm going to tell you the difference just preliminarily on alphas and fake alphas. I won't get into Sigma stuff as much, but let's just go into the alpha part, the leader of the pack. There's a difference between boys and men when it comes to the leadership. When it comes to the boy mentality, boys and girls, the same thing. It's the difference between men and women. Boys and girls are in take mentality. What can I get? I'm trying to get. Conquest, get more, get mine, win bigger, get the trophies, get the championship. I'm trying to get, establish myself. And this is the things that we're doing to really push ourselves to learn skills, get potential, learn new things. And all of us start as betas. All of us, we're all kids that have to learn behaviors. And then up into our teenage years, guys start developing different traits to start taking on alpha mentality. But then it starts actually evolving. And the difference between boys and men is going from a take mentality to a give mentality. Real alphas are givers. Real alphas build. Real alphas develop people. It's a very different thing. It's not trying to take and get yours and make it about me and I'm the most important one and you're here to serve me because I'm the boss. A real alpha develops other people. They want their pack to be just as strong as them, and it's an invested interest to make sure that their people are doing as good, if not better. When I lock shields in the phalanx of my men, I am looking to make the guys next to me just as strong, if not stronger, because that makes it so that we can watch each other's backs. I need him just as proficient as me, and it does me no service to make sure my men are below me, follow me, not as strong as me. No, the idea of me building my men is because after we convene, they go run their own pack. It's a congregation of guys who are all leaders trying to become better leaders so they can serve. Sounds so simple, right? I had one guy who was telling me, like, man, I don't know. I don't feel like I want to have all this competition for power. I'm not power hungry. And I said, well, what kind of leader are you if you've got control? It's like, well, I make sure everybody's safe and I make sure everybody's taken care of. And I make sure that all the things that would be in a row to make sure everybody can have a good time, they can develop and they're not being hurt. Those are all there. I make sure that my team has challenges and they're pushed to make sure that they're stronger because I like when they're growing because growing makes me feel good. And I said, well, I think there's a very big difference from being power hungry than when you're in control, you make sure that no one goes hungry. He said, damn, you know what? You're right. I thought that it would be all about me if I were to fight for power. And I said, that's not what that means. Because when you have power and control, what kind of leader are you if you truly are an alpha? It's not about taking and what you can get. It's about how much you can give others so they can be better. There's a story I tell my guys about like silverback gorillas. And at first, the studies for silverback gorillas were to say that this is just an aggressive, powerful animal that like most of his day must be just kicking ass. And that's why everybody is submissive to him. That's why everybody submits to the silverback because he just beats everybody up. And that's why he's so strong. And they started studying gorillas and they realized it's not that at all. A lot of the aggression came from camera crews and stuff being too close, or people who were observing a little bit too dangerously, and that he was protecting his pack. When they really watched how a silverback gorilla, he was really only aggressive or had to do any ass whooping like 1% of the time. This is his fuck around and find out-ometer. He was like, if you want to know, I'll bust your ass. But most of the time, what was he doing? Well, the little gorillas would go up to the silverback and they'd be like, look what I can do, look what I can do. And you'd see him give like approval. Yeah, oh, that's awesome, good job. And he would cheer the little guys on, and they want to impress the alpha. Look what I can do. I want you impressed by me. I want you to be proud of me. And he would be, I am proud of you. You would see one get hurt or somebody not doing okay in the silverback. He would hold them, keep them safe. He would comfort them. You know, if it was cold or whatever, he would hold a few of them in and keep them warm with him. He would do more nurture and building and supporting and being proud of and encouraging. Most of what this big, powerful badass would do was to build up his pack, not beat down and submit his pack. That's an alpha. That's a real leader. Remember, it's not about being power hungry. It's when I'm in power, no one goes hungry. I think it's an important thing to just leave out there, okay? Real alphas aren't flexing on people. Real alphas are training people to be strong enough to be able to handle their own packs. And I just want to leave just that piece today. It's a lot to process in just for a little bit. But I mean, we can already, I've talked for 2-3 hours at times on like just the leadership styles. And I just want to leave you that piece for the day. Something that's to process. Damn, am I leading like a gorilla? I'm badass, strong enough that if you fuck around, you will find out. But really, really strong leaders don't have to flex. They don't have to tell each other how bad they are. They don't have to tell each other how strong they are because they're building. And that's because they're strong enough to help develop others, not beat people up or show them I'm the baddest. I'm going to leave one more story. I remember I was with my uncle out in Vegas, and they were training with Martin Kampman. I got to meet him. He was one of the top 5 jiu-jitsu guys out there. He's incredibly good. And he's so badass. You can't do anything to this guy. If you roll with this guy, you can't do anything. And so, like, you know, around regular people, I can roll well enough to hang, but these guys are impossible. They're like professionals. And so we were around him, and I remember like seeing one of these guys who, like, his job is to tie professionals at being a badass into knots. That's his job. And you'd think that the first thing that would come out of this alpha's mouth is going to be something about, hey, did you see that last fight? Hey, did you see how tough I am? Hey, did you see this? The guy was just head over heels that it was his little girl's 2nd birthday. And he was getting this stuff already, and he's getting like entertainment stuff, and there's gonna be like a clown there, and there's a big cake, and I can't wait to have the balloons. And he was so excited for his little girl's 2nd birthday. Not one thing about being a world-class fighter even comes up. He doesn't have to do that. I'm highly proficient. I don't have to flex when you're one of the toughest. And when you're the silverback in your pack, you're less concerned about expressing how tough you are, and you're more excited about your 2-year-old's birthday. Real alphas build. And so if you're looking at what kind of leader you are, look if you're the kind of leader who's trying to do it for yourself, trying to get yours, or if you're the kind of leader who makes sure nobody goes hungry. All right, warriors, go get it. How do you learn who you really are? It's not found in books. It's found on the battlefield.